my dear Aquarius. This is a love and spirituality reading, a prediction for Sagittarius season, November 21st to December 21st, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. These readings are aimed towards showing you your blind spot and your shadow so you can grow as a person and thereby be able to attract a better love life and life overall for yourself. And this reading is dedicated to Joan that made another donation for Aquarius. Thank you so much, Joan, for giving me this support. I'm so grateful. You can now become a member to my channel and to work even more on your shadow and your blind spots. Either as a supportive member that will get access to unique emojis, loyalty badges, and Q&As where I answer your questions. You can become an extended member where I will that will also get most of my videos ahead of time, and the full member that will get access to my mediumship training videos and other special videos made just for them. So welcome to check this out through the link in the description box, through the join button next to the subscribe button. So you can either check it out in the description box where there's a link, or through the button if you have one of those. This will be a love and spirituality reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the After Tarot here with Pietro Aligo among others. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see the Emperor together with 7 of coins, and here I get the feeling of a person that is holding on to their self-respect and to their authority and to their boundaries, but still not getting much out of this situation. So we'll see if it's you or if it's your counterpart. I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have Judgment together with the Emperor. So I'm going to read this as if it's you, but it's probably mirrored also if you have a special someone, or maybe in your family members or close friends, or even the boss at work can be mirroring these kind of things. There's something that's not adding up between you and your mission. It's like you're heading a little bit in the wrong direction. It's nothing to be worried about though. It's just a little bit of a delays. And with the Judgment here, it's about the ascension process that we are all going through. Maybe you're refusing some part of it, which is what it feels like up to so far. Okay. I forgot where I were, but I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have the 7 of Swords together with Judgment. So it's very similar to Leo, which also were about to step into the pit one have dug for others. And here together with the Judgment. I don't know really what you're up to just yet, but we have worked so hard here, everyone, to put ourselves in a position of respect and having boundaries and taking care of ourselves. This is a pendulum movement. If you before were maybe giving a little bit too much to other people, now it's maybe extreme to in the other direction, and eventually there's going to be balance. So I think we are in a situation where we are going to be able to see more of our shadow, more of our maybe a little bit egocentric behaviors, and how we put ourselves maybe above other people and think that we are a little bit better than them. So 6 elements. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. And here we have the wings. So you're definitely still kind of in tuned. It's just this pendulum swing that has been extremely to there. So it's going to have to go back to a little bit more empathic kind of point of view. So love here, and it's Judgment 20, and this is 2. So 2 plus 0, which is in 20, becomes 2. So these cards are related in tarot. And we have the cat here. So I'm thinking this is your self-sufficientness. So don't lose that. It's just that maybe showing a little bit more empathy and understanding to other people and not putting oneself on high horses. Okay, so 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit. Yes, because that's the delay. If you're, no, not entirely, but it's part of the delay. It's, yes, okay, the divine wants to say this is what's delaying you, something that you are not seeing. Okay, so we'll need to take an oracle card here. Okay, so what is it with the sevens here? 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. Complicated. It came in reversed. I don't have these cards in reverse, but I don't know. When they fly around, they make themselves into being in a reverse position. 11. 1 + 1, 2. So it's also connected to this. It's some kind of balance point, but it's also a union between you and other people where it's complicated. My sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Drawing this symbol reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in the moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now things are complex and only time will help you put all of the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring and complication can make for deeper, more mature experiences. Don't try to figure this one out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious web. So it's some kind of delay, and it's because something you haven't been able to learn fully, or maybe the extremes are pendling too quick still. You need to find balance in the middle eventually. So before this is happening, you're being maybe not stuck, but there's things that you don't understand fully. Why is this happening? Why is things like this? Why isn't things moving along faster? And the reason is that there's something that needs to be looked on, and it's something that you're going to be able to see eventually what it is, and until then it will prevent you to do things that you want to do. Here we have Aquarius, and this is almost like a death scene, or being sick, or being postponed to be able to move forward. And we have your feminine side and your masculine side, so they need to be more in union. Because maybe you alter between being in your feminine side and giving everything away, and then being in your masculine side and don't giving anything away. So it's like flip. You're flickering light. You are not in total balance. And well, there's something with this scene here where she is waiting for like a lost soul part of yours to come back to life, and the lost soul part might be the connection. I'm not entirely sure here, because as the card says, it's complicated, so it's something I'm not allowed to see, which makes me a little bit confused. But remember that this can also be like a person that you're working together with that's very stubborn, refuse to make any changes, and therefore the situation can't be able to move forward. So for some of you it will be like that you're just waiting for someone that is complicated. Because if we have a destiny with a person, not have to be a romantic one, it can just be a destiny with someone, and they are not doing their part to come to where you are supposed to come into some sort of union and do some work together, then there will be delays. So this is going to be interesting. I'm just going to tune in for a few seconds here to you and your situation in Sagittarius season, Aquarius. This is your future there, and this is your now, Queen of Cups there, and this is your past, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. This is, again, I'm feeling this stubborn energy that doesn't want to move forward. It can be your shadow. It's the person is armored and sitting on a black horse, so unknown feelings. So we can just feel like, no, I don't want to, I'm not going to. And we don't know really why, but the answer is in our shadow in the emotions that we haven't really looked at, and therefore we don't know what they are all about and why we once took this position or became this stubborn. And here we have the Magician with the Queen of Swords. So here comes a little bit of this elitism that I felt in the beginning with the Emperor and the Judgment card. That there's a situation where we're putting ourselves in a position of maybe being smarter with these swords, or being more competent, or being more in the know. And this is separating us from that part of us that's not perfect, or that doesn't have all the answer, or that's a little bit more humble in some kind of way. We are separating ourselves from that part, and we're also separating ourselves from other humans. And why we are doing that, it's because we want to be with them, we want to have fun with people, but we're often feeling like we don't connect on a great level. We feel like it's always like this, that we can't, we're always hurting each other, or there's miscommunication and other things like this. We have a person drowning there as well. And as all with Leo, you are putting yourself in a position where you kind of don't care. So if they drown, it's probably because they did something stupid. It's very possible that they did. And if you have this person on the outside, remember also that they are still a reflection on your inside. Either you have this exact personality trait, or you have the opposite. So we always need to look at ourselves, look inside, and see what it is that we are missing. Why should we do this? It's not for the benefit of anyone else. It's so you will be able to move through life more peaceful, in more tranquility, and maybe with a little bit more sense of adventure, instead of getting stuck on this roots where we are playing out our old drama again and again and again. So if we can clear that mess out, we will act straight from our soul, and we will be able to go with the flow of life in a much more interesting pace. Okay, so it's not for anyone else that you are going to do this, because, well, you will be more pleasant to your surrounding, or people will think that you are less obnoxious, or people will not take advantage of you. It's for yourself, so you can create a better future for yourself, a better existence. And here we have the Queen of Cups. I feel that this is the girl that we also saw at the deathbed. And here we have the shadow, so that's the lost soul part. And it needs to come back and be integrated, but currently it's very hurt. So if you are finding yourself to grow very cold to certain groups of people, or other family members, your wife or your husband, or some group of people, or some of the one person in your relationship, it might be because there's something being triggered here, some kind of shadow within you that doesn't want to be touched, doesn't want to be seen, doesn't want to be poked at. It just wants to be left alone, and you get very rigid and very closed off because you're very close now to where the trauma is. So you might react with trying to put the lid on. Here we can see there's no more lid on the Queen of Cups cup. She usually have a lid on. She has taken out a fish there. The lid is there. So look at your emotions. I have told this to Aquarius for quite a few readings, but you need to stay in tune with your emotion. You are the person of all signs that has a personality that can be somewhat closed off from emotions and favor logic. But this is not a room that you can find with logic. So it will be locked forever if you're trying to find it with logic, and then you will be stuck in this mess forever, being ruled by your shadow from a place of trauma, which is going to recreate the world in a very sad fashion. So you don't want to do that. Okay. This is your future, and we have a King of Pentacles. It came for Leo here, underneath here. You have it a little bit in your future. Nine of Cups, 4. Okay, this seems friendly enough. It's still a little bit closed off from people, having high walls and living in a tower, sitting on our high altitude or high throne. But there's an element of sweetness here. So you seem to be able to include people, but it's a little bit careful. It's warm, but it's also very sheltered. So I think there's something yummy underneath that hard shell of my Aquarius right now. There's something that wants to be shared with others in joy and happiness and celebration, but you're a little bit careful with it. It's almost like an animal that has some sort of shell on it, but a delicate inside. You probably don't want to be eaten. Okay, so make some kind of decision to have boundaries, to not let yourself be treated badly, but not go over the top and become too high and mighty and refuse to listen to other people's point of view or opinion. So you don't become too rigid and not too vulnerable either. So I think this is a nice balance. It's a little bit on the careful side. And you can come off as you don't care or that you are very closed off. You do care, but you have put yourself in a safe position, probably because you don't want to get hurt again. But remember, when we protect ourselves too much, we end up hurting other people in the same way that we got hurt before. So that just adds to the karma. So we can do it again and again and again and again endlessly. And that's boring too. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Taurus energy there, Knight of Pentacles. Here we have the 9 of Coins. So kind of enjoying your everyday life for yourself. Betting on the things that's safe. Taking care of the situations that works for you. I told you were some kind of animal with a shell. There we have a snail. The glove is off because she has sent her bird up to the skies, roaming there, looking for interesting news maybe. And she is tending to these grapes that we can also see on the garment on this King of Pentacles. You might be dealing with, we saw Taurus, the Knight of Pentacles. This is Capricorn. Here we have Virgo. But it just shows that you're working with earth energies to become more self-loving, being able to take better care of yourself, your health, your body, exercising in a balanced fashion, not exhausting your body, but not letting it go into hibernation either. So it's really healthy. It feels very healthy. It feels very good. So it's sustainable for the future, the way you take care of yourself. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles. So death comes here to something that you're holding on to too tightly. And I'm thinking again that it has to do with these very thick boundaries that you have. You are reluctant to close in on what's in your heart. So you're holding on to things on the outside that you can put your value into. Like I told them good, or they weren't able to get to me, or I am successful at what I do, or maybe these people don't like me, but I don't care about them. So it's still a little bit what I can sense from this little person here. So that's going to be, it needs to be altered. You need to become even more mature so you can rise above this protective attitude, which comes from the ego, and come closer to your real soul self. And it's a continuous work. This is very beautiful, but it also refers to the karma that I was telling you about, doing things over and over and over and over again until we get perfection. So we do these over and over again until we find the perfect way to do it, so that we will have a good result. So for example, we have learned to deal with people in a way that's not leaving you open for being manhandled or woman-handled, and in the same way you are not abusing anyone with your behavior. And we can see that this is the almost finished product, and the person is probably very proud of being able to come thus far. But it's with a little help from the divine here that comes in and makes you come out of your shell a little bit. So I hear a song, so that's why I'm getting a little bit silent. I will fetch a pen. And the song is, I don't know, but I get by. I'm hearing the lyrics. I get by with a little help from my friends. So I'm hearing like words and then the melody to it. It's probably a little bit older song, maybe from the 80s or something like that, if I'm because of the music from my friends. Okay, I'm writing it down because in other case I will forget, much like one can forget the nighttime dream if we don't give it attention immediately. And next card here is 4 of Cups. This didn't make me happy. Okay, this is you almost maybe being a little bit of a martyr. You have been able to perfect something or do something all over and over again, and you're almost at the finish line, being ready and doing this and, you know, finishing it up, and you have the attitude, I don't care. Okay, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to finish this darn clock or whatever it is, ornament. So it might be a relationship that you have maybe taken distance from, or people in general even, and you don't want to work with them anymore because it's too hard and it's too I think you have found some kind of shortcut, Aquarius, where you have put yourself safe without maybe having to deal with that old problem. And the divine is saying, well, you're almost at the finish line. Don't you want to do this and get the reward? And you say, to hell with the reward. I don't care for this anymore. It was too hopeless, too tedious, too boring. The person was too mean. The situation was too they didn't respect me. They didn't love me enough. And I don't care. So, and here comes the Lovers, and it's the Major Arcana card, kind of overrules the Minor Arcana card. The Major Arcana card is the divine destiny and interference, and the Minor Arcana is how we deal with these. And you are trying to pour it out and not care about it, but the divine says this is still your mission. So, I don't feel too happy with this either. Because sometimes we just want to leave old corrupted energy behind and move on to new green pastures instead of having to go back. But it might be new people. It's just that you need to at least be with these people. We have the Hermit here and the little snail with the shell, and you holding on to these coins, your safety. And the divine says, well, if you are going to master this class, you need to actually meet some people or to be out there or put yourself out there, and you don't want to, because you don't even want to go for the reward. Sometimes the divine can kind of fool us into, you know, jumping through hoops and go through a lot of challenges, run uphill or climb mountains, because we're going to get a reward. So they're holding like a carrot in front of our face a little bit, and you say, I don't even care for the reward. You can talk about the reward all you want, but I'm going to live my quiet desert-like life in my shell, and I'm not going to jump through your stupid hoops, okay? So you don't want to. That's fine. It's I'm thinking it's a natural reaction after all you have been through. But for me, it's like a funny cartoon here with how they are like kind of overruling you there. But I totally agree with your feelings here. So this is your now, this was the past, and we have a 6 of Swords, and it comes underneath 9 of Coins. Okay, so you feel like you have enough with the problems of your everyday life without having to complicate it with some spiritual mission, with some difficult person or people that can't understand you anyway. So you want to be with the people that kind of you already agree with, and maybe run away from the rest. Okay. And here we have the Ace of Cups, So there's still love in your heart here, and you still have the dream. You just don't want to have it. You're sick and tired of it. So you say, I don't want it. I don't want to even try. I don't want to bother. I know how it's going to end up. I have done this a million times. But your little heart says that it kind of still wants what it wants. Okay, it hasn't changed its mind. But maybe there's a new situation or like something better for you. We'll see. 2 of Wands. It feels friendly enough, but I'm not sure that it's entirely new. I'm feeling the dead person that was on the lid to the tomb, and the girl that was there with the flowers. Now she's offering him the earth instead of flowers. So I'm thinking it's an old situation still, but it doesn't have to be old. Let's say that it hasn't need to be your old relationship, the old relationship that you have memories of. It might be just the same dynamics, and because it's some kind of tension here, and it's something that's asked of you to make a choice and to open your heart and start anew, but I'm feeling it's the same old story. Here we have a Knight of Wands, comes underneath 4 of Cups here. So the flickering light again. First, this person that says, I don't care, I don't want what you have to offer, I don't even bother about this situation, I have stopped thinking of you years ago, I'm so over it. And then they are not. So I'm wondering if this is, in this context, is probably the other person, because you stopped caring for the other person, which might have been your a relative that you have had a complicated relationship to. It can be a romantic partner, or different relationship for different people, your child. So I'm thinking this person have, because we have 4 here, look here at this, there's 4 and this is 4 and 8 in between, and 2 here. So it's a triangle with a lot of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 4 twos. It's this with a stalemate. I'm thinking there's 2 people that have become equally strong and stubborn, and one says, I don't care, the other person says, I don't care. So if neither cares, there's no relationship. But the divine says, well, there's a relationship. And you definitely want just peace and quiet. Probably find a little place to, rest your heart, rest your bones. There's a lot of songs coming through, because they came also, my heart wants what it wants, and now it's something, rest my bones. I'm thinking it's nirvana. Okay, so you just want this place to rest your bones, and this other person has played very tough with you. And for some of you, you will identify you being here. But this person has played tough and act like they didn't care. And you act like you don't care either, because you don't want to give more to this situation. You have done it so much. Your job is already finished. This person's job isn't finished, however. They still have things to do in this situation. So if you feel very stubborn that you don't want to make a move because you are always the one repairing the situation with your siblings, stay entitled, okay? Stay on your high horse. Refuse to move forward. Okay, that's fine, because maybe this next step is for another person. Maybe this is another person that needs to be forced to make a move if they don't want to entirely lose your connection. And I don't feel any energy from you that you want to do it. It doesn't matter how much the divine is trying to force you. You're still very loving, and this empathy which I'm feeling from the person in green clothes here. But the other person needs to do their fair share. Okay. And here we have a King of Cups. So this person is also very flickering lights. It might even be 2 people, but So one person will come and try to connect with you, and the other person that might have even deeper affection for you is still pouring out the water here. So this might be two people. Let's say that this is your father and this is your brother. So your brother is up to fix it and talk to you and, let bygones be bygones. But your father might still have like a thorn from some previous battles. And this can be your son and your husband, or it can be two people at work. It can be different for different people. But this person still has a complicated relationship to you. And it can even be the same person that is trying to get your attention, but then just pours out the love that you have for each other and don't care about it. They just want you back in the run. It's almost like fishing, throwing out a bait and, and when they got you hooked, then they act like they don't care. So they just let the fish lie splattering there like this in the bottom of the boat and don't care about it. So they just wanted you hooked. So that's a warning for you that a person can come and show a lot of interest, like they have almost wakened from the dead. You remember the funeral scene in the beginning, and you have given them flowers, and now the earth's here, so maybe a new chance. Ace of Cups, new beginning. And it's not, I don't think you are offering it per se, but you are kind of open for it, or this person on this side anyway is open for it. And this person just want to get the old game back. Remember, you found a fish here. So it's a very interesting story. And here it ends up in the bottom of this person's boat. And they end up not caring about it. So it's still a great distance between people that maybe are destined with the lovers here to learn from each other and understand each other and come into balance through the relationship with one another. So it's a great distance. And I'm thinking, if you are on this side, you are advised to hold your horses. On this side, don't try to just keep people hanging or get them to notice you or give you attention and then, move on when you have got the thing you wanted from them. They still love me or they still care for me. So great, now I can do whatever I want, because that's kind of heartless, and it's not going to bring any happiness for your soul. It's just bringing some kind of contentment for your ego. And that's not what we're going for, because that's not making us truly happy. We're just adding to the problem. And here we have a Queen of Wands in the future, and she is turning her back towards the gang here. So I think this person learns, and even if she holds a lot of love and she still has a lot of things to give, she knows how to fix this. I'm saying she, but it can equally be a he. This person wants to fix the situation, and they have a lot to offer, but they shouldn't. Okay, they shouldn't offer it because this person needs to learn to finish up what they have started and not start things up with many different people and then screw them over or not care about them, because that's acting from one's ego. And here we have the Five of Pentacles. So even if this person is able to keep their dignity in this situation, this is still how it feels to be treated like this. And this is why you didn't want to open your heart in the first place, even when death comes and wants to take your protection away. So it's some kind of test in this situation, and it's a very complicated situation because you're so much alike now. You have learned to have self-respect, and this person has kind of always have a lot of self-respect, but they can't really respect others, and this is what's painful to you here, and that's why you didn't want to open up for this person, because you didn't want to be disrespected once more. You are able to have respect towards other people. We can see this with the heart and this girl, and we also remember the flowers and all these other things. And so it hurts that you are able to give and this other person aren't able to give back to you, that they give with one hand and take it back with the other hand. So it's very frustrating. But when you have gone through this enough times, eventually it won't hurt anymore. You will not put this on you. You will put this on this other person and their incapacity to be able to act normal and behave in a way that's not hurting other people. And here we have the Two of Cups. So it shows that this person truly loves you. They have both the Lovers there and the Two of Cups there. It's just that they are this flickering light. Maybe their survival skill is to, hook people and then act like they don't care. So people are running after them and seeking them out and dragging in their clothes and saying, hey, wait around for me and please show me attention. So they have thrived from this behavior, from disrespecting others, but that doesn't mean that they don't love you. So at least this person does. The King of Cups is usually a person that has a great heart. But here, probably it's some trauma or something is making this person act like love doesn't matter. Okay. And here we have the Fool. Okay, so this is good. This is showing this person opening up and being able to show vulnerability and even letting go of their pride there and their past with this with the bag. So the past might be their old survival skill, where they act like they don't care, they don't love you, they couldn't be bothered. And they're smelling your flowers here. And there's a dog, and so showing deep loyalty as well. But the person might not be the smartest tool in the box because they don't know all the stuff here just yet. If they're going to show vulnerability and showing respect or even commit to a situation or to spiritual growth, they're probably not going to be an expert because they are an expert in acting cool and acting like they don't care. And to do this new thing here might be... they're not going to act in the way you expect because they don't know how to act, but they probably willing to learn. Okay, and here we have the Hangman. So this is their traumatized part here between the Lovers and the King of Cups. I think this has a older story. It goes back to way back for human evolution and has to do with the separation between the masculine and the feminine, so the separation between yin and yang, and we are supposed to come back into balance and not be so extreme to one direction or the other, but actually become whole within ourselves. So we have both masculine and feminine attributes, so both being able to have boundaries and to be able to show love to people. And here you have become very mature and be able to take very good care of yourself, but this relationship here is still very, very painful. The solution seems to be, for you, it's of course to take really good care of yourself, but it also shows that this person hasn't given up, not on themselves, not on you, not on the relationship, but they are going to need help if they're going to learn how to deal with things as vulnerability. And this can as well be you, Aquarius. And if you feel that you have a hard time showing vulnerability to other people and you rather show off a surface where you act like you don't care, and there are people that's willing to help you. We have seen that with the flowers here, with the heart and the earth, and here with the water that's being brought. So there is help to get from your surrounding. You don't have to stay in isolation. To not make you too hopeful, I'm kidding. I'm going to double check this relationship here so you not throw yourself into something. Okay, so it came in reverse. That's not very hopeful. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So it kind of says it isn't. And I'm thinking it's because this person has still this flickering light. So don't trust this person at all right now. It's first when they are, showing this kind of attitude that they are something worth exploring, okay, worth waiting for. And here the person is the Hangman as well. So it means that they are going through some rough patches healing their trauma, getting over their you know, bitchy attitude with pouring out your love. And this is going to take a while, so you can't expect this person to be fit for fight and ready for bringing you happiness and your forever after kind of love. It's not going to happen. You're going to give that to yourself, but you still have some kind of mission with people like this, and to be there when they come out of their when they come down from their high horse. They really come down. You can see this here. They're very, I don't care, and here they come acting a little bit like they care, but then they don't, and here they fall like all the way from the horse down the cliff. So it's a pretty good leap, and here they're also hugging you instead of acting like they don't care. So we have a big leap of faith that's happening here for this person, because they're probably not being able to get through to you with their old stupid ways, because then you just take care of yourself. It hurts, but you take care of yourself. So if they want you, they need to make a better effort. So that's what I can see. So I will see like a advice card for you. Slow and steady. So you are allowed to stay in your shell and to refuse to engage and all these kind of things if you are the person that has empathy, vulnerability, and are not usually on your high horse. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. So don't have any dreams of this you know, becoming happy through others. You need to be happy through yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier element of your life. Savor them. Pushing things forward impulsively will not only prevent success, but potentially cause more trouble than you prepared to handle. Moving too quickly will only yield unripe fruit with a bitter taste. Slow down, breathe, meditate. You're not a human doing, you're a human being, so just be. So while you're waiting for this person to mature and grow up and be able to show vulnerability, don't throw yourself at their feet. So that's what the cards are saying. Okay, so my dear Aquarius, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. It became a little bit lengthy, but I hope you were able to get through it all. If you like my content and want to see more videos like this on how to heal yourself and make yourself ready for that true romantic partner of yours, or if you just want to work on spiritual growth, remember to subscribe. I don't seem to be able to talk. And hit the bell notification to get heads up when a new video is ready and waiting for you. You can also become a member to my channel, either a supportive member that will get access to unique emojis, loyalty badges, and live Q&As where I answer your questions, or the divine answer your questions. Extended members will also get most of my videos ahead of time, and full member will, above all else, get access to my mediumship training videos and other special videos. So welcome to join through the link in the description box, and to the join, or through the join button next to the subscribe button. So thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm truly grateful for my wonderful, loving, and supporting viewers. And until next time, take really good care and stay blessed. Bye bye.